Jai Hind everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind, Historical Events of 1st June, a journey through time of 1st June 2025, Sunday. Today's that is 1st June highlight in history. 1648, the Roundheads defeat the Cavaliers at the Battle of Maidstone in the Second English Civil War. 1649, start of the Samurai Revolt. Filipinos in northern summer led by Augustine Samurai revolt against Spanish colonial authorities. 1670, in Dover, England, Charles II of England and Louis XIV of France signed the secret Treaty of Dover, which will force England into the Third Anglo-Dutch War. 1676, Battle of Åland. Allied Danish-Dutch forces defeat the Swedish Navy in the Baltic Sea during the Scanian War 1675 to 79. 1679, the Scottish Covenanters defeat John Graham of Claverhouse at the Battle of Drumclog. 1773, Allred Ultimate rescues 14 sailors at the Cape of Good Hope from the sinking ship De Jonge Thomas by riding his horse into the sea 7 times. Both he and his horse Bhonk are drowned on his 8th attempt. 1779, the court-martial for malfeasance of Benedict Arnold, a general in the Continental Army during the American Revolutionary War, begins. 1792, Kentucky is admitted as the 15th state of the United States. 1794, the Battle of the Glorious 1st of June is fought, the first naval engagement between Britain and France during the French Revolutionary Wars. 1796, Tennessee is admitted as the 16th state of the United States. 1812, War of 1812, US President James Madison asked the Congress to declare war on the United Kingdom. 1813, capture of USS Chesapeake. 1815, Napoleon promulgates a revised constitution after it passes a plebiscite. 1831, James Clark Ross becomes the first European at the North Magnetic Pole. 1849, Territorial Governor Alexander Ramsey declared the territory of Minnesota officially established. 1854, Alan Dore, the British Navy destroys merchant ships and about 16,000 tar barrels of the wholesale stocks area in Oulu, Grand Duchy of Finland. 1855, the American adventurer William Walker conquered Nicaragua. 1857, Charles Baudelaire's Les Fleurs du Mal is published. 1857, the revolution of the gunhandlers begins in Salvador Bahia, Brazil. 1861, American Civil War, the Battle of Fairfax Court House is fought. 1862, American Civil War, Peninsula Campaign, the Battle of Seven Pines or the Battle of Fair Oaks ends inconclusively with both sides claiming victory. 1868, the Treaty of Bosque Redondo is signed, allowing the Navajo to return to their lands in Arizona and New Mexico. 1879, Napoleon Eugene, the last dynastic Bonaparte, is killed in the Anglo-Zulu War. 1890, the United States Census Bureau begins using Herman Hollerith's tabulating machine to count census returns. 1913, the Greek-Serbian Treaty of Alliance is signed, paving the way for the Second Balkan War. 1916, the United States Senate confirms the appointment of Louis Brandeis to the United States Supreme Court, making him the first Jew to be an Associate Justice. 1918, World War I, Western Front, Battle of Belleau Wood, Allied forces under John J. Pershing and James Herward engaged Imperial German forces under Wilhelm, German Crown Prince. 1919 Prohibition comes into force in Finland. 1922 the Royal Ulster Constabulary is founded. 1929 the first conference of the Communist Parties of Latin America is held in Buenos Aires. 1930 the Deccan Queen is introduced as first intercity train between Bombay BT, New Mumbai CST and Pune to run on electric locomotives. 1939 first flight of the German Focke-Wulf FW-190 fighter aircraft. 1941 World War II the Battle of Crete ends as Crete capitulates to Germany. 1941 the Farhud, a massive pogrom in Iraq, starts, and as a result many Iraqi Jews are forced to leave their homes. 1943 BOAC Flight 777 is shot down over the Bay of Biscay by German junkers Ju-88S, killing British actor Leslie Howard and leading to speculation that it was actually an attempt to kill British Prime Minister Winston Churchill. 1946 Ion Antonescu, conductor leader of Romania during World War II, is executed. 1950 the Declaration of Conscience speech by US Senator from Maine Margaret Chase Smith is delivered in response to Joseph R. McCarthy's speech at Wheeling, West Virginia. 1950 the Chinchaga fire ignites. By September it would become the largest single fire on record in North America. 1958 Charles de Gaulle comes out of retirement to lead France by decree for 6 months. 1961 the Canadian Bank of Commerce and Imperial Bank of Canada merged to form the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, the largest bank merger in Canadian history. 1962 Adolf Eichmann, former SS officer in Nazi Germany, is hanged in Israel for having committed crimes against humanity, war crimes and other offences. 1964 Kenya becomes a republic with Jomo Kenyatta as its first president. 1974 the Heimlich maneuver for rescuing choking victims is published in the journal Emergency Medicine. 1975 the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan was founded by Jalal Talabani, Nawaz Sirwan Mustafa, Ford Mosum and others. 1976 Aeroflot Flight 418 crashes in Bioko, Equatorial Guinea, killing 46. 1978 the first international applications under the Patent Cooperation Treaty are filed. 1979 the first black-led government of Rhodesia, New Zimbabwe in 90 years takes power. 1980 cable news network begins broadcasting. 1988 European Central Bank is founded in Brussels. 1988 the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty comes into effect. 1990 Cold War, George H.W. Bush and Mikhail Gorbachev signs a treaty to end chemical weapon production. 1993 Dobrinja mortar attack, 13 are killed and 133 wounded when sharp mortar shells are fired at a soccer game in Dobrinja, west of Sarajevo. 1994 Republic of South Africa becomes a republic in the Commonwealth of Nations. 1999 American Airlines Flight 1420 slides and crashes while landing at Little Rock National Airport, killing 11 people on a flight from Dallas to Little Rock. 2001 Nepalese royal massacre, Crown Prince Dipendra of Nepal shoots and kills several members of his family including his father and mother. 2001 Dolphinarium Discotheque massacre, a Hamas suicide bomber kills 21 at a disco in Tel Aviv. 2004 Oklahoma City bombing, co-conspirator Terry Nichols is sentenced to 161 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole. 2008, a fire on the back lot of Universal Studios breaks out, destroying the attraction King Kong Encounter and a large archive of master tapes for music and film, the full extent of which was not revealed until 2019. 2009, Air France Flight 447 crashes into the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Brazil on a flight from Rio de Janeiro to Paris. All 228 passengers and crew were killed. 2009, General Motors files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It is the fourth largest United States bankruptcy in history. 2011, a rare tornado outbreak occurs in New England. A strong EF3 tornado strikes Springfield, Massachusetts during the event, killing 4 people. 2011, Space Shuttle Endeavour makes its final landing after 25 flights. 2015, a ship carrying 458 people capsized in the Yangtze River in China's Hubei province, killing 442 people. Thank you very much for your patience. Request for like, subscribe and share.